Hello, Leo. Nice to see you here. So let's talk about your new moon energy. We're going to do a tarot reading for the new moon, which is October 27th. I've seen 28th and 29th. I guess it depends on where you're at. We're going to talk about your new moon energy. So the new moon is about new beginnings. It is the start of the cycle. So we're going to look at what seeds you can be planting that will hopefully come to fruition at the full moon, as long as you put the work in, right? So if you're new here, my name is Melissa, and I do tarot readings on the new moon and the full moon, as well as a new video every Monday on a metaphysical topic of some sort. There is a playlist of all those Metaphysical Monday videos linked in the description box below. So if you're interested in that, check that out. All right, let's get to your reading. What is Leo's energy for this new moon? Leo's new moon energy. Leo's energy for the new moon. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so we have wands. I've got a lot of wands coming up lately. Okay, so we have the 10 of wands and the 5 of wands. Okay, this is taking on too much, okay? I would say it looks like you might be trying to manifest too much, and they may be conflicting with each other, okay? So we have taking on too much and some conflict. You know, 5s are also about change, a disruption, I'm hearing. But, you know, 5s are about kind of like changes and conflict and sudden things. But I feel like what we're starting off this cycle with is too much. I feel like you would need to kind of dial it in, narrow it down a little bit. But it's taking on too much. And then when you take on too much, sometimes things conflict. If you know, we're talking about trying to do too many things as far as career goes, or, you know, maybe taking on too many people, then it starts conflicting. You can't keep your things straight. You're not organized. It's just too much. So I feel like we might be taking on too much. So slow it down just a little bit, Leo. Slow it down. What does Leo need to know? What does Leo need to know for this new moon that is not gonna happen? That's like a third of the deck. There we go. That's better. All right, more wands. We have the 8 of wands. Okay, this is things coming in for you. 8s for me represent a reciprocation, getting back what you're putting in. If you're putting in energy of feeling overwhelmed and conflicting yourself, that's what you're going to get back. And I feel like this is what you've put out. This is it coming back to you. Okay, so be careful what you're putting out there. That's what you need to know right now. So let's see. Is there anything else Leo needs to know for the new moon? Is there anything else Leo needs to know? Okay, not those, but more wands. All right, wands are fire energy, Leo, fire sign. We have the 2 of wands. Again, like I said, slow it down. This is, he's taking no action, kind of taking it all in, beginning steps. It's kind of, we have high numbers here. We have 10, 8, and 5, and then we bring it down to a 2. Like I said with the first card, narrowing it down, dialing it in, getting your focus on 1 or 2 things, okay? I would say that right now it's time to maybe kind of take a step back. I feel like that's what he's doing here. It's taking a step back, observing the situation, and assessing what the next step should be. All right, so that's lots of fire energy out here for you, Leo. This is all like, I mean, I'm not done yet, but we don't have any majors. This is all like the day-to-day bullshit, you know? This is just the day-to-day, I want to say drama, because we have kind of drama here. But yeah, just taking on too much is going to create drama for you. That's what you're going to start receiving, and that's not what you want. Leo just wants to, you know, be there. You just want to be. and you want to be important and you want to feel good, and this taking on too much is not good for you. It's going to make you feel not good. So what you need to know is take a step back. Take a step back and assess what your next step should be. There's, you don't want to put out overwhelmed energy. You don't want to put out their burdened energy, because that's really what you're going to get back. Let's see, do we have any actions for Leo to take? What action should Leo take? Four of Cups. Okay, now, normally the Four of Cups is just take the cup. Just take the cup. I don't feel that for you, okay? You're already trying to take on too much. You need to not be taking in any more offers. We had the Two, where we were sitting back and assessing, and then we have these Three Cups right here, and that's really all that you need, okay? You don't need to add anything else to your plate. So we went from fire to water, okay? Water can put out fire. Water can, tame a fire, keep a fire controlled. This is going to get a little bit personal. I know people don't like that, but I feel like it's important. My husband is a fire sign. My daughter is a fire sign, the one that lives in the house. I'm a water sign. And then my son's an air sign. But I feel like, and my son, who's an air sign, has told me, Mom, your superpower, because we talk about superheroes all the time, your superhero power is calming people down. And I feel like that's what you need. You need to take a step back, like I said before, and douse the fire just a little bit. You're trying to put too much out there. You're pushing too hard. You're pushing yourself too hard. You're taking on too much. Don't take on anything else that you don't feel connected to. Take the things that you feel connected to and cherish them. Take care of them. But as far as the elemental aspect, get a little bit of water to put this out. If you need to, if you have a friend that calms you down, somebody that kind of helps you feel less overwhelmed, or, just taking a break. But if there's somebody in your life that can help with this, and if there is, you already know who I'm talking about, then, be with them. Spend some time with them. Ask them to, let's go get some coffee or lunch or something. There may be somebody that you need to, that will allow you to vent to them. But yeah, this is more day-to-day drama, right? So don't accept anything that doesn't feel good for you, that doesn't make you feel good about yourself, that is, don't accept any more offers, okay? You can't say yes to everything. You can't be everything to everyone. So if it doesn't feel right, don't say yes. Keep your stuff to a minimum, so that you can give it individualized attention. You take on too much, that's all you're going to get back is overwhelmed and overworked and overtired. And, it's time to, narrow it down, focus on a couple of things that make you feel good. And just sit with that. Just sit with it. Okay. She's meditating. Sit with it. I'm done with that deck. I do want to pull a couple of, I don't feel like we need clarifiers necessarily, but let's see, what advice do we have for Leo? What advice do we have for Leo? Advice for Leo. Strength in reverse. The Leo card. All right. The Strength card reversed, to me, talks about allowing yourself to be vulnerable. You don't need to be, like I said before, you don't need to be there for everyone. You don't need to be everyone's everything. Okay? It's time for you, instead of, being strong and, like for me, this card, the lion isn't the strength. It's the lady helping. It takes some balls to go inside the lion's mouth, right? It's for me, it's about strength coming from gentleness. And I feel like with it in the reverse, it's just telling you don't need to be strong for everyone. Be strong for yourself when the times come that you need to be, but it's really about caring for yourself and not having to carry all the weight, okay? Not having to carry the burden, not having to be the strong one. You don't have to be. You can be vulnerable. If you feel like you're taking on too much right now, there could be somebody in your life that would help you carry the burden, that can help calm you down, and to help you see that you don't have to be everything for everyone, that you can show up for yourself and that's good enough. Okay? And don't create expectations. Don't create expectations for yourself that others have put on you. Don't allow others to put expectations on you that you wouldn't accept as your own. I'm trying to reword what I'm hearing a couple of different ways so that the message is received the way it's intended. But it's okay to be vulnerable. You might need to kind of catch up with somebody who can calm you down. Somebody that makes you feel calm. There's no other way to say that. But yes, you don't have to be everything for everyone. Stop carrying everybody else's weight. Taking on too much can cause a conflict. What you put out is what you will get. So when you're putting out this overwhelmed, overworked energy, you're going to continuously be overworked. It's time to take a step back and assess the situation, see what your next steps are moving forward. Actions to take? None. Don't take any more actions that are not for you, that are not for your highest good, that are not to help you with your situation. Because right now, I feel like you're taking on way too much, and it's time for you. The action to take is less action. You're already taking too much action. And then advice for you is to allow yourself to be vulnerable. It is okay to vent every now and then. Find somebody you can confide in. I'm really feeling the last reading I did for Leo was for the new moon. I did not get to Leo for the full moon. But Leo's new moon for September. Yeah. Leo's new moon reading for September was extremely draining for me. It was all about overcoming addiction, and I had to do some research and find links for support groups. So if that's still an issue, if you're new around here and you didn't see the last one, go to the channel and find it. It was a very deep reading for me for YouTube. I don't normally get that deep, and it was a different, like the cards came in a different way than normal. It was very spooky for me, and also very draining, but I feel like they're connected. So if you're connecting with this reading, you might, and there's an issue with, addiction or toxic people in your life, or suicidal thoughts, anything along those lines, please check out that video. There are links to resources in that description. But it's okay to be vulnerable. If you need to find somebody to talk to, there are resources in that video. If there's somebody in your life you can talk to, then I would say that the advice there is to allow yourself to be vulnerable and seek that help if you need it. But yes, that's what I have for you for this new moon, this new cycle. I hope it gets better. I will see you in the full moon reading. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a blessed day.